Now here is the next question. The question is identify terms which contain x and give the coefficient of x. So what we have to do here, few expressions are given, we have to identify which are the terms having x and then we have to give coefficient of x also. So again here also we can form a table like this. In the first column we'll write expressions. In the second column, we'll write terms which are containing x, and then in the third one, it will be coefficients of x. So the first one is for expressions, and then terms with x, and then we have to write coefficients of x. So we'll write here coefficients, or in bracket we can write of x. Now the first expression, it is y square x plus y. So the terms having x, it will be y square x. This is the only term having x. Now the coefficient of x will be, from this term just remove the x and we are left with y square. So y square is the coefficient of x here. Now the next expression, it is 13y square minus 8yx. So we'll write it here, 13y square minus 8yx. This is the expression. Now the term having x is minus 8yx. Now to write coefficient, just remove the x, we are left with minus 8y. So minus 8y is coefficient of x in the term minus 8yx. Now let's see the next expression. It is x plus y plus 2. Here the term which is having x is x only, and the coefficient will be 1. Here there is only one coefficient. Here the coefficient is numerical coefficient, and that is 1. Whenever we are having coefficient as 1, we never write it with the term. Now the next expression, the fourth one, it is 5 plus z plus zx. We will write it here, 5 plus z plus zx. Now the term having x is zx. Now just remove x from here, we are left with z. So z is the coefficient of x. Now the next expression, the fifth one, it is 1 plus x plus xy. We will write it here, 1 plus x plus xy. So here we are having two terms which are having x. The first one is x only and the second one is xy. Now we have to write its coefficients. The coefficient of the x will be x only in the first term, and for the second term we just remove x from here, we are left with y. So y is the coefficient of the second term. Now let's move to the next part of the question. Again we'll write expression first. It is 12y square plus 25. It is 12xy square plus 25. So we'll write it here, 12xy square plus 25. Now the term having x is 12xy square. Now just remove x from here, we are left with 12y square. So 12y square is coefficient of x in the term 12xy square. Now the last expression, it is 7x plus xy square. So the terms having x are 7x and xy square. Now we'll write coefficients of x in both the terms. So for the first term, just remove the x, we are left with 7. So 7 is the coefficient of x in term 7x, and for the term xy square, again we'll remove x from here, we are left with y square. So y square is the coefficient of x in the term xy square. So here what we did, in each expression we identified terms which are having x or which contains x, and then we have written their coefficients also. We have written coefficient of x in each of the term which is having x. Now here is the next question. The question is identify terms which contain y square and give the coefficient of y square. So here this question is exactly same as the previous one. In that what we were doing, we were identifying terms which contain x and then we have given coefficients of x. Now here we have to identify terms having y square and then we have to give coefficients of y square here. So again we can form a table here like this. In the first column we can write expressions. In the second one we'll write terms having y square and then their coefficients. So the first one is for expressions, and then terms which contains y square, and then coefficients of y square, or we'll simply write coefficients here, and in bracket we can write of y square. We can write in bracket of y square. Now let's write the first expression. The first expression is 8 minus xy square. Now the terms having y square, there is only one term which is having y square is minus xy square. Now the coefficient of y square will be, just remove y square from this term, so we are left with minus x. Minus x is coefficient of the y square in term minus xy square. Now the next expression is 5y square plus 7x. So term having y square is 5y square. Now remove y square from here, we are left with 5. So 5 is the coefficient of y square in the term 5y square. Now the last part of this question, it is 2x square y minus 15xy square plus 7y square. Now in this expression we are having two terms which contain y square. The first one is minus 15xy square, this is the first term, and the second term is 7y square. Now for the first term, coefficient of y square will be minus 15x. Just remove y square from here, so we are left with minus 15x. So minus 15x is coefficient of y square in the term minus 15xy square. Now the next term, it is 7y square. Again we will remove y square from here, we are left with 7. So 7 is the coefficient of y square in the term 7y square. So this is how we can identify terms having any particular variable, and then we can identify the coefficients of that particular variable in that term. Now here is the next question. The question is classify into monomials, binomials and trinomials. So here expressions are given to us, we have to classify them as monomials, binomials or trinomials. So the first expression, it is 4y minus 7z. So what do you think, how many terms are there? There are two terms, so it means this will be a binomial. So we will write B here. We are writing B for binomial, and we'll write M for monomial, and then for trinomial we'll write T. The first one is binomial. Now the second one, how many terms are here? Y square, there is only one term, so it is monomial. Expressions having one term is known as monomial. Expressions having two terms and the two unlike terms, terms should be unlike terms. If expression is having two unlike terms, then it means it is a binomial, and if it is having three unlike terms, it means it is a trinomial. Now on the basis of that only we are going to classify these expressions. Now the third expression, it is x plus y minus xy. So here we are having three terms and these are three unlike terms, so this is trinomial. And then we are having 100, there is only one term, so it is monomial. Now the fifth expression, it is ab minus a minus b. So we are having three terms, AB, minus A and minus B, and these are three unlike terms, so this is a trinomial. And then we are having 5 minus 3t. We are having two terms here. The first one is 5 and the second term is minus 3t. So two terms means it is a binomial. And then the next expression is 4p square q minus 4pq square. So again there are two terms. The first one is 4p square q and then it is minus 4pq square. These two terms are unlike terms. As we can see, variables are same here. In both the terms variables are p and q only, but their powers are not same. Power of p is 2 in the first term and in the second term it is 1, and power of q in the first term it is 1 and power of q in second term it is 2. Powers are not same, so it means the terms are unlike terms. So here in this expression we are having two unlike terms. It means this one is a binomial. And then we are having 7mn. There is only one term, so it is monomial. And then z square minus 3z plus 8. So here we are having three unlike terms, so this is a trinomial. And then a square plus b square, we are having two unlike terms, it is binomial. And then z square plus z, again two unlike terms, again it is a binomial. And then 1 plus x square, so we are having three terms here and these are unlike terms. This is a trinomial. So on the basis of number of terms an expression is having, we can classify them as monomial, binomial or trinomial. Monomial means one term, binomial means two terms, and trinomial means three terms, and terms should be unlike. Now here is the next question. The question is, state whether a given pair of terms is of like or unlike terms. So pairs are given to us, we have to tell whether the terms are like terms or unlike terms. Now here the first pair is 1 and 100. Now how do we check whether the terms are like terms or not? What we have to do, we have to check their algebraic factors. If their algebraic factors are exactly same, then it means terms are like terms, otherwise they are unlike terms. So let's see for the first one. For the first one, there is no algebraic factor in both the terms, so it means these terms are like terms. So here for the first one we are having like terms. Now let's see for the second one, it is minus 7x and 5 upon 2x. So what are the algebraic factors here? For the first term minus 7x, algebraic factor is x, and for the second term which is 5 upon 2x, here also algebraic factor is x. So in both the cases algebraic factors are x only, so it means these two terms are also like terms. Now let's see the third one. It is minus 29x, the first term is minus 29x and then it is minus 29y. Now here what do you think about their algebraic factors? The algebraic factor of the first term is x and for the second term it is y, and we know x and y, they are not equal and they are not same. Hence what we can say, these two terms are unlike terms. Now let's see the fourth one. It is 14xy and then 42yx. So here first term is 14xy and the second term is 42yx. The algebraic factors of the first term are x and y, and for the second term they are y and x. So here we can see algebraic factors are exactly same for both the terms, so it means these terms are like terms. Now the next part of the question, it is 4m square p, the first term 4m square p and the second term is 4m p square. Now here what do you think about algebraic factors? For the first one it is m, and p, and for the second one it is m, p and p. Here variables are exactly same but their powers are not same here. For terms to be like terms, variables used in both the terms should be exactly same and powers of those variables should also be same. Here powers are not same, so it means these terms are unlike terms. If the terms are not like terms, they are unlike terms. Now let's see the last part of the question. It is 12xz and the second term is 12x square z square. Now here also we can see that variables used in both the terms are same. They are x and z. For the first term also it is xz and for the second term also it is x and z. But powers of these variables are not same here. So it means these terms are unlike terms. So we can write unlike for the sixth pair of terms. So this is how we can identify whether the terms or the pair of terms which are given to us are like term or not like terms. We just have to check whether the variables used in both the terms are same or not, and if they are same, then we have to check their powers also. Their powers should also be same, and if variables are same as well as their powers are also same, the terms are like terms, otherwise they are unlike terms. Now let's move to the next question. Now here is the last question of this session. The question is identify like terms in the following. So here in the A part of the question, some terms are given to us. We have to tell which are the like terms, or we have to group them as a like terms. So let's do it for the first part. Let's say the first term, it is minus x y square. Let's write it here, minus x y square. Now let's find which are the terms which are like terms with this term, that is minus x y square. So here it will be 2xy square. First one was minus xy square, then it will be 2xy square. We'll write it here, 2xy square. And then it will be, is there any other term which is like term to these two terms, or is there any other term which are having same algebraic factors as this term? No, there is no other term. So this is the first group. Now let's do it for the second group. Let's take the term as minus 4yx square. So first term is minus 4yx square. Now after this we can have 20x square y. So it will be 20x square y. As we can see in these two terms, variables used are same and powers of these variables are also exactly same. So these two terms are like terms. So this is the second group of like terms. Now let's see the next one. For that we can write 8x square. This is the first term, 8x square. Now let us see the terms which are having algebraic factors as x into x. So it will be minus 11x square. So the second term is minus 11x square. And then can we have any other term? Yes, we can have one more term. It is minus 6x square. So the next term is minus 6x square. Now let's see the next group. It will be 7y. This is the first term, 7y, and then we can have this term y. So 7y and y, these two terms are like terms. Now let's see for the another group. It can be minus 100x and 3x. These are two like terms. So minus 100x and 3x. This one and this one. Now the next one can be minus 11yx. So it is minus 11yx and it will be 2xy, because here algebraic factors are exactly same. So minus 11yx and then it is 2xy. So minus 11xy and 2xy. These are the group of like terms. So here we have identified like terms in this given number of terms. Now let's do it for the B part of the question. We have to do the same thing here also. We have to group like terms together. Now for this one we can write the first term as 10pq. Now we have to find the terms which are like to this term. So here it can be minus 7qp, because the variables are exactly same and their powers are also same. So it is minus 7qp, And then can we have any other term? Yes, we can have this term also. It is 78 QP. So the third term here is 78 QP. And then, so that's it. So these are the three like terms. Now we have to group another like terms also in the same way. Now let's write the term as 7p. Now let's find the terms which are like terms with these terms 7p. So here it can be 2405p. So the second term is 2405p. Can we have any other term? No, we can't have any other term. So this is the second group of like terms. Now let's see the third group. We can write 8q. Now next will be minus 100q. So we'll write minus 100q here, and then we can have, so that's it. We can't have any other term which is like term with these two terms. And after this we'll write another group. It will be minus p square q square. The first term is minus p square q square. Now let's find the terms which are like terms with this one. So it will be 12 q square p square. Second term is 12 q square p square. And after this, can we have any other term? No, we can't have any other term. So these are the four groups of like terms. Similarly, we can have another groups also. So let's write them one by one. It will be of constant terms. The first one will be minus 23, 41. So these are the two constant terms here. Now the next one, what we can do for that? We can write minus 5p square as the first term for this group, minus 5p square. Now let's find the terms which are like terms with this one. So it can be 701p square. So it is 701p square. So these two terms are like terms. Now can we have any other group also for like terms? So here we are having 13 p square q and q p square. So these two terms are also like terms. So we can write them also in a group of like terms. So it will be 13 p square q and then it will be q p square. So these are all groups of like terms. So we can write as 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is fifth group, and then sixth, and this one is seventh. So these are the 7 groups of like terms. So for identifying whether the terms are like terms or not, what we have to do, we just have to simply check the variables included in those terms. If the variables are exactly same and their powers are also same, then the terms are like terms, otherwise they are unlike terms. So in this session we have practiced many questions based on forming algebraic expressions, finding terms of algebraic expression, finding factors of terms, and then finding numerical coefficients, and then we have seen questions based on identifying whether the terms are like terms or not, and then we have classified different expressions into monomials, binomials or trinomials based on their number of terms. So that's all for this session. Stay tuned for more upcoming sessions like this.